Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. What's up, guys? This is going to be an awesome one. We got a big weekend ahead, and if you guys are going to Chicago, you're going to see us as well as Martial Arts Center Network, as we have a booth there.
Got the booth.
We're going to be releasing our merchandise, our shirts. So get you a Jeffopedia shirt and a Shut Up Alex shirt. Get the whole main gang bundle. Get the whole main gang bundle. So Travis will be there. Several other ones will be there. Angel will be there. I think we'll be trying to get some interviews. So we're going to make it a great weekend. I'm competing. Alex is watching.
I am not.
Angel's competing. So we're going to have a big weekend ahead.
Dude, for the merch, I'm gonna straight up. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna buy my own dang shirt.
Oh yeah,
heck yeah! Are you kidding me? This stuff looks fantastic. I can't wait for it.
All right, in a couple weeks we have the grudge match coming. We're hoping to hear some more and talk some more about that and break that down. Thomas Wright versus Trey Lazenby, a great card that's going to happen.
Card.
But also the documentary is going to be released as well. So get that. I'm really excited about this. It really is a revolutionary idea that they've done. So it's great to hear that story and get some behind the scenes things. I'm sure that, we're even in the promo for it, there's the stuff about Bailey kind of calling us out and talking about that. So
deservedly so.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Also, we got Arctic Challenge, January 28th. Make sure you guys get signed up for that. Check that out. The guys at Duvers Taekwondo, I believe is what they're called now, do a great job putting that event on. So going to be a great time right after AKAs. So if you got some things you want to improve after doing AKAs, go there. Always great competitors, a great area, a great time, especially if you are preparing to, go back there in June to qualify for WKC. So get in that area and go around those people. So lots of cool things going on. Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. I mean, January tournaments.
Here we go. Chris Gorham, registration's already flowing in. Awesome, Chris.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see, last week, the last year's video came up of and had Chris and I started, Chris Walker and I, starting the day out with the commentary, right? That was so much fun. That was a lot of fun. That was so much fun. So, looking forward to do that more this year with other events as well. So,
dude, got to embrace my new friend Charlie because of that tournament.
That's right.
It was a great event.
And he ended up making an appearance on Kicks on
This Kicks and Flicks.
Yeah.
It was you know what though, I gotta love January tournaments, man. They're exciting. It's like the opening day in baseball. It's like the opening weekend, football for the NFL. It's just all around, man. In January karate tournaments, everybody feels like, here we go.
Yep.
Starting off, this is my shot to be the best in my division. And you know what? Really, everybody does have a shot, right? Yeah, sure, there's guys where it's like, let's see what the men's CMX division is going to be like. I mean, you ain't no Salif, but let's see. Maybe you beat them. This could be exciting if you do, right? So we all want those things to happen, because then that just creates more excitement,
Right.
But
I mean, we got lots to talk about as people are moving up, especially in those divisions. There's several people that moved up from juniors. Moved up division.
A lot of guys.
So I mean, Esteban is moving up to adults, so that's gonna be wild. Ben Jones is in adults. Some of the females are up there. There's a lot going on. Here's one thing, and again, I don't know if I can't say directly it's because of us, but there's 22 in men's Korean.
Oh, that's not because of us.
and 16 in women's Korean. All right.
That's
So
because of you, my friend.
no, because of
I've
people.
I've been tooting. I've
Yeah.
been the one. I've been the one. Jabbing jawsing for like 4 years, but I wasn't the one out there kicking in Korean's forums. Telling you, man. I've
So
said it
it's really cool.
privately. I've said it publicly. I'm telling you, the Moon Move performance at the Diamond Nationals this past year, that was the tipping point. That was the tipping point, my friend.
Well, and I don't want to be just about one form because it's not there. And
it's
who
not.
knows? You may
But it's
see
that form in that moment.
There's a lot of other forms that will be coming out as well. So I think people know that there's different ones. So it's going to be an exciting weekend. I'm prepared. I'm ready. Really cool to see. They also have a Tang Soo Do tournament.
Okay.
And they're in the adult forms. There's 16 in that too. So
that's
really
cool
to see Korean forms, be on highlight and hopefully get some love this weekend. So.
Well, what I like about, and I like what you just said when you're saying, it's not just about that form. There's so many forms. And you're right. Because, Jeff, let's rewind 20 years ago, maybe 25. We kind of saw two forms.
Yeah.
We saw Choreo and we saw Quebec, right?
Yep.
We'd see a Bai-Sai.
Maybe every now and then.
A
couple people, a few people did use Sin for a while, that Marcel Jones era, and then if you were Tang Soo Do, you did Kung Sung Kun,
which I don't even know that one.
Which is the Tang Soo Do version of Kankudai, okay, like the Japanese form Kankudai, the Shotokan form with the sidekicks, like Bernadette Ambrosio used to do.
Okay, word. Yeah.
Yeah. So that form, right? So, and we still see a lot of it right now. So
look where we're at now.
Yeah.
Did we just enter the Taekwondo era of NASCA? Did this just happen? Is this now a thing?
I don't know if we're there yet, but we're on the cusp of it. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Maybe we were always there, but we're just bringing it to life.
Right. And there's going to be some other things too that may happen this weekend too for that as well. So it's just going to be great. Yes, Andrew's doing Korean.
Stop.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah, he is.
We competed against each other in Korean before. I didn't win. He won. No, Andrew can do all forms. He can do everything.
He can.
Right? Andrew and I competed against each other in a lot of divisions. He also won those as well. But
all right. So do you want to go ahead and get into like just the mindset going into this weekend? Because like we said, our thing is, are you ready? And again, this has to do with, like you said, January tournaments. Like Chris is saying, his tournament in 2 weeks, or actually next week. That mindset going into that first event. If AKH is your first event, if like these first really January and February, it's a similar mindset. Like what is that? Are you ready?
Yeah, and this is such a measuring stick to really let, I guess, everybody else know and yourself, like, where am I at? This is the measuring stick. Right. So you can go out and then you can have a gangbusters first tournament where everybody sees you. And what that will do for you, that can help propel you to instill confidence in yourself. Like, you always know, like, yes, I have the skills and ability. Look at my forms. I've got the stuff, but it just never really clicked when you did it in the performance. Like, it was never the same as when you did it in training. And for this first tournament, whether it's like AKA, Arctic Challenge, Compete Nationals, where all of a sudden, oh my gosh, did you see that? Killed it. Killed that performance, right? And then now all of a sudden, here it is. I can put it together.
Correct.
Or it's a match where it's like, man, I can never get out of my division. And now, not only did you win your division, you won your division and you found yourself in the final fight of the tournament. What in the world? Right? How did that happen? We never saw you win your division. Now you're in the final fight. Who is this guy? Right. And that happens, right?
I mean, there's some that didn't really ever win much as a junior competitor, and then they go and they win the Warrior Cup.
You said it.
I think of a Justin Chang, like always a great competitor, always in that top area in his division, but not the dominant competitor. He comes out and just puts on the best performances of his life that week, and had some great team performances. Him and Jacob, was it Jacob Pinto that they did those team forms with, those were pretty sick. Obeda says he's gonna misjudge him with you,
Dude,
aka.
I was just Beta. I was just thinking about that today, man. As
Yeah.
we were thinking about having this conversation right now.
Yeah.
He should come just for the judging alone. All right, Hunter Line, like,
I know.
hurry up, last minute, first class ticket, Beta,
Def-
get here. You can come stay with your homie. All right.
Definitely deserves it. Definitely, you need him at your event. You need that quality of judging. So
You need that quality of judging, but Beta's just got a level of
Beda's
cool.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
He's got a level of cool.
Yeah, when Beda's there, I feel better.
You just feel like you're having a better time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Hopefully, I'll see him at Starcade. I'm excited to. I always enjoy just hanging out with him. Last year, all right, last year, another Starcade story. Our rooms were next to each other, right? And they had the balconies to where actually we could go over into each other's room. I think I shared this story, right? And so him and Jeremy jumped over and banged on my window. I was freaking out. Like, how in the world did this happen? Right. Then I figured out what happened. So we were both jumping over each other's balconies, like 8 floors up, and hanging out and stuff. Yeah. So that was funny.
Only forms guys could do that. I ain't got no. But then here I'm saying Obeda just did that.
Right. Hey, he's a forms guy too. He's an awesome nunchucker.
This is also accurate.
Yes.
Man, okay, so talking about
this weekend. Yeah, let's get back to that.
Going to be, but I like what you were just. We're gonna go back. Look at, I'm the one bringing us back. All right. When you were talking about like having the performance like of your life, you know what? That happened to Darren Payne last year. He didn't even win his division.
Right.
Right.
He won the open weight, right?
He didn't win open weight. He took advantage of the best scenario that he had, because Cam Dawson was the heavyweight winner and Cam Dawson won open weight. But Darren Payne.
No. He didn't. Cam Dawson bowed out, remember? Bowed out in open weight in the middle of it. Remember, he was fighting your guy.
No. You're right. No. Here's what. No, that's right.
Darren won open weight.
That's right. Yeah. I forget about that. You're right. That was kind of a messed up thing.
He won open weight.
No, but no, that's right. D-Stacks did win. He won open weight. Right. I didn't mean to put any disrespect on his name. No, Darren Stacks.
No, but again, we talked about this.
That great left leg. They won open weight.
Yeah.
Both of them together.
Yeah, he took advantage of that. He didn't win his division, the next day.
Didn't win his division, but he was the open weight winner. And then he beat Cam for the final.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like when we were just talking about, like, didn't really win your division, and all of a sudden, boom, you did all this, and you end up in the final fight. He didn't win his division, took the best advantage of a situation that he had, and still was the guy, right? But he had to beat the guy to get there, though, right? Correct. If you beat Cam Dawson to win it, like nobody can say nothing, right? You beat Cam Dawson. You're the Warrior Cup grand champion.
Yeah,
so
man.
Who could it be this year?
There's going to be so many big names already. I mean, I looked at, me, as like when I get everything done with registration, I got my whole team registered. Finally, I had to wait a little bit for the Army to get their money up, but so wow. I did that. So 14 people, we did it, and then I went and just started looking, right, and that's when I was like, okay. 22 in Korean. Wow. All right. 32 right now in open weight. I'm sure there will be more than that. So we're looking at probably 40 for men's, 22 for women open weight, which is a big number. So it's going to be more than that. So really, really going to be great. Women's teams, men's teams, lots of awesome divisions for the juniors. Just lots of cool stuff. There's some really big 18 plus weapons divisions and like musical divisions and creative weapons, like 20 plus competitors. So gonna be exciting, and a lot of new faces too. So
yeah. Hey, is he an adult this year?
No. I thought he was moving up too, but he's in juniors one more time. So it'll be him and Philip Brume battling, and then also Shane Billow who has done a great job too. But there's a lot of new competitors that moved up into the.
He might move up mid-season. You never know. If he turns 8, I don't know when his birthday is. I don't need to know. It's none of my business.
Yeah, I don't know, because I thought last year at America he was trying to move up. So
okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see.
Dude,
so yeah,
so,
same
but,
age.
yeah, but you know what though, man? Talk about best performance. His performance at AK last year. Oh
awesome.
my goodness! I thought it's going to be Mason Bumber or bust, you know. But then so many other kids showed up, you know, and stepped up.
Yep, stepped up.
Okay, man. What is, you know what? We're talking about mindset going in. Why don't we talk to the competitor? Jeff, what's your mindset going in? You got so much going on. Now you got so much going on. Let's try and narrow it down as a competitor. What's your mindset?
Yeah, as a competitor. So yes, for my training, it's been, what are the things that I need to tighten up from last year, right? So what are some things that I need to tweak and tighten up, technique wise, stances wise, balance wise, those types of things, right? Also physically, what do I need to do, right? Not just martial arts technique, but what is the training that I need to do? My strength and conditioning, where do I need to get more focus on, more strength, more stability? Do I need to work more explosion exercises or more isometric exercises? For my style, it's a combo of both, probably more isometric than most other forms competitors because of locking your leg out in the balance, especially to do a form like Moon Moo, right? Or even multiple kicks, because I'm doing explosions and everything on one leg, on the kicking leg, but on the back leg, that's an isometric type holding type thing. So you have to really be well-rounded. So that part is something that I really focused on. Again, like I plugged them plenty of times. Ross is doing a great job helping me get prepared. And at this age, 39 years old, to still compete with 18-year-olds, you know what I mean? So,
we'll say that.
So that's the goal.
Moment.
Yeah. So working on that was something. Also, I think the mindset for me doing new forms, right? And that's another thing that for forms competitors, it's like, okay, I know I can win with this form, but for me to take my game to the next level, I need to do something different, right? And I've talked to a lot of people, some of the people I work with, doing new forms that year. That's a scary thing, because when you get in there, especially when you see a division like, 22, all right, well, it's not like 11 and 4. It's like, all right, well, should I just go back with Old Faithful to be safe? But if you do that, then you're just, everyone else is stepping up and it looks like you're not. That's one. 2, you're not growing. You're not changing it up, and 3, after a while, it just depends how long you've done that form, right? So because there's some people, okay, well, you did that form last year. All right. If we're talking about traditional, right? Okay. But it's only been a year. It can grow more. If you really think about traditional form, you can have a good 5 to 10 years.
Right. How many years did we see John Sue do unsue?
Right. Right.
I mean, I feel like we could all mimic his performance because we saw it for over so many years. We're like, oh, I know what he's going to do this variation next, right? You never even done the form before. Kata. Sorry.
Right. So there's that. So that mindset, and I think for me, it's the mindset of like, I got to like, I don't want to be just here anymore. I want to be to this next level. So what do those people do? You know what I mean? What is it like to do that? Right. So that's where you got to think, reading, praying, doing that extra stuff that it takes you, and getting yourself prepared mentally for that. You need to be thinking like that daily of in the zone, so that way, when it is time, you've been there, you've pictured it in your head of what it feels like, The other thing is injuries. What are some injuries that you need to focus on in rehab? Because hopefully you did that over these last few months, right? You still are dealing with something, what are the extra things you need to do to make it to where it doesn't affect you, right? So there's a lot, like I said, a lot right there, but it takes a lot to be at this level, Alex.
I mean, when I hear you saying that, do you feel like yeah, exactly? I want to be like Jeff Doss when I grow up, dude. I want to be like Jeff Doss if in the next 60 years, if I could hold a candlestick to Jeff Doss, that would be something. But anyway, when I hear that, do you feel like you've ever pedestalized like a moment or an event or a division where you're like, no, this is what it's about. This is what it's about, and built it up too much to where it's like all of a sudden it's like this glass ceiling you can't get through.
Yeah, I think that's happened sometimes. I don't know if it's necessarily always happened for me because I haven't. I know it did happen like that for me when I was younger. For Super Grands were like that because it took me longer. Diamonds was kind of like that for a little bit, like even to get on stage.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it took me a long time to do that. But I guess because I just never went and was just like, I'm just going to keep going back until I finally do it. And just, sometimes like, you know what, it's okay if it doesn't, like I've had that. And then I'll take a little break and then I'm like,
all of a sudden there it is.
Let's try it again. Let's see, and I just think you got to ride that wave, right? You got to see when those opportunities come, take them. Sometimes it's not your turn right now. It's not your time right now. You know what? Maybe it's your time to kind of veer off and work on something else that will eventually get you to where you want to be, but it's not always going to happen the timing that you want, right? That's the beautiful thing about life. That's the beautiful thing about just faith, and also the sport, so.
Well, I mean, I think you're right on with everything that you're saying. Yes. I know that I have built things up like that. You mentioned the diamonds, and I'm like, it was like everything was a culmination to this one event. Yeah. Everything is aligned perfectly so that I can build it up too much in my head and then lay an egg. Right. Because eventually what happened. You're like, then you go to a tournament that maybe like you're kind of psyched about, but it doesn't like mean as much to you if you lost or if you won the whole thing. All of a sudden, here you are. You're like, how am I in the final fight of this thing? You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. And sometimes that's just the way you just gotta go with the flow, and just enjoy the experience. I think that's the thing for me. Don't feel like you don't regret anything. I think that's the thing.
And this weekend is the weekend to lay it all out. So we've got the awards banquet tomorrow. Yes. Or if you're listening to the podcast, it'll be happening tonight. All right. Yeah. And then Friday, I mean, competition starts like right away on Friday, doesn't it?
11 a.m. Yeah. So early morning, we're going to get going with teams and then right into open weight. So fight, and then I think team demo and team forms. So fighting really gets done first, at AKAs, and then the forms goes later.
Here's the thing, though. When you read that, when you hear that, fighting's going to be at 11 a.m. When you read that, did you believe like, yeah, it's not going to happen at 11 a.m.?
So I think teams, yes, but open weight being right after at 12, no. I told everyone, I was like, it'll probably won't start till 1, but because teams will be longer than that. Will take more than an hour. So.
Okay. But do you think maybe they'll be like,
no, like last year where they waited and they
wait, or they flip-flop and do open weight and then do teams at like 4 or 5?
Yeah. I don't think 4 or 5 because they have forms at 3 that they got to get going, and all those divisions are huge. They can't wait, so so I really think so. I'm not sure where everyone's seeing that, where some people are saying the schedule.
Oh, Mike is now saying that the schedule starts at 6?
Yeah, so from what the thing I saw on their site was that open weight starts at 12, right after teams. So I don't know. But
Nobody knows.
yeah.
Somebody tag Hunter Lyons.
So I'm not sure. But last year it was right after that. It wasn't until 6. The only thing I'm thinking, some people, there may be open rank sparring that's happened at 6. That may be the only thing, because that is like an underbelt type thing where they're doing.
Which
But,
doesn't make sense to me. Open
But-
rank sparring.
so that means beginners, intermediate, advanced against each other.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah,
separate them for a reason. Right? Oh, kids fighting is at a
it's fine. Oh, okay,
okay.
got it. So, all right, I guess I'm wrong. Anyways,
You're
that's
literally getting the inside scoop.
so maybe I need to reschedule that team meeting at 10:15. All right, so anyways, we'll figure it out. But man, it's just going to be exciting. Sorry about that.
It is going to be exciting.
That ding was one of my teammates texting me the schedule, and she must be watching right now actually too. But saying, yeah, this is what I saw, but I'm like, man, so I don't know. We'll see. But it's going to be exciting. You know, a lot of the teams are there. A lot of good competitors are there. One exciting thing I know is Bailey is going to be there this year. This is an event that usually he misses because of track, you know.
Yeah.
So now he's there this year. So he's got to be gunning to get that Warrior Cup that I don't believe he has. So going to be pretty cool. You know,
I would think I've got
we'll be
no inside info
competing.
that tells me this.
Yeah, that he said he was done after this year, but he's going to compete at AKA. So this may be one of his last performances of the year, you know,
Cool.
or maybe this in diamonds. Salif.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you have, like I said, Esteban moving up, Ben Jones moving up. There's several in the women's divisions moving up. It's just going to be exciting. So I don't know. What is maybe a division? Yes, he is, Andrew. What do you think would be the best division? Let's just say, I don't know about this year, but let's just say this tournament.
I mean, here's what I'll say.
I have several right now.
There's several divisions.
So let's talk about.
I think the
Yes,
men's,
Katie. Yeah, that's what it is. Katie and Kira moved up this year too. So
I think the men's extreme form division is the most interesting. All right.
I think musical weapons actually, to me, is going to be the most interesting, because all those guys who move up, they're really outstanding at weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. And the musical weapons, not the creative or the extreme. Yes. I'm gonna retract my statement. I'm gonna echo yours. Yes, I'll go with that. I think that's probably one of the most interesting divisions.
All right, we got to put this up. I love you, Troy. Best division for 40. You're so right. You're so right. So
40 plus men's underbelt fighting. So many groin kicks. Oh my gosh! All right, so the men's musical weapons division, I think, is going to be very exciting.
Weapons. Jesse Ray says females, and I agree. That's what I was going to say. The super light, female division. That they have 15 in that division, and they're all awesome. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I centered that one last year, and it was. I think the skill level is going to increase because I think we have most of the same faces, but I think
there's several that just moved up too. So
I think the people that are going to finish in the top are going to be most of the same faces, though, right? And I think that their skill level is going to be that much higher than it was before. And I just think that they're leveling up. You know, I really look at the divisions that we have right now. And it kind of looks a little like it did 10 years ago, right? You had some vets and you had a bunch of new blood coming in, right? And it was like, okay. And it was just super talented and exciting, you know? So I really think that this is going to be an exciting year. You know what's really crazy? I want to talk about it from the men's fighting standpoint. If you look at it from the men's 18 plus, I think Avery Plowden is the most like senior one in the 18 plus fighting. Isn't that wild? But 10 years ago, he was a rookie in the game. You know what I mean? What? Not really, but I mean, he was one of the young guys.
Right.
So this just makes this thing super exciting, you know?
Yeah, it is, man. It's it's just really cool to just the vibe, you know what I mean? Like, I know there was a lot of things that we had a whole list of stuff that we griped about or talked about that needed improvement. I think we even did 2 episodes about it last year. But the energy and the vibe and just the excitement and the feel of this event, because it is the beginning of the year and the way that it was and just the excitement and everyone's out to not to prove something, but just get out there and be a part of that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the biggest thing. We go back to that mindset. Realize that you are a part of what's going on. Okay.
Right.
You're not there. Like, you deserve that. You know, if you feel like you deserve that and you have put in the work, then go out there and do it. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to give it to you. Go out there and do it and show that you are a part of that energy in that environment as well. You know? All right. Another, for me, best prediction. All right. I'm going to go with the Korean 22.
That's my gosh. I'm excited, man. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat with that.
The other one, 18 plus CMX men's. I think women's musical forms is going to be interesting because we are going to get more people doing kind of a mix of different things and see how that clash of styles goes. Women's super lightweight to me in fighting, and then and then 16 in women's. Yeah, Andrew's 16 in women's Korean as well. That's going to be awesome too. Right now, at least. So the other thing is 16, 17. Is that the one? Yes. No. All right. I know the division. 14, 15 girls. Okay. All the divisions. All right. That for forms and weapons mostly, right? It's going to be insane. All right. So because Isabella just moved up, right? And then you have all the ones that were in there last year staying. All right. So, like Avery Presley, Cody Molina, she's moving up as well. So you have those moving up. You have Jaden, moving up, who is on Revolution. You have, there's so many. Alice, right? There's a lot, that are just in that division, that 14, 15 girls division. Really, there's about 8 that could be in that first or second kind of talk. Yeah, Jada, it's going to be wild. All right, so and that's really in most of the divisions. All the CMX definitely in forms and weapons, but even the traditionals. You also have the Sophia in there still, so it's going to be wild. So that is the division to me that I think, as far as in the juniors for forms and weapons, to watch. And then of course 16, 17 is just outrageous boys with how many competitors there is. So
yeah, that means it's got to be 35 plus deep.
Sometimes, yeah. That's last year. The 14-15 was 36 at battle. So some of those, half the divisions moving up, So
right,
we'll kind of see how that all filters out. But yeah, the competition is going to be wild.
As long as we're talking teenagers, the 14 to 15-year-old boys fighting division is probably the most testosterone-filled division in the entire tournament. Really, all this testosterone that just all of a sudden just came upon them, and they don't have no clue what to do with it. Instead of just go, bah!
Right.
I've just discovered that I'm fast. Bah! It's true though. And they don't shower all the time.
No, they don't.
It also brings that element to it.
They don't.
Oh my
gosh. Cassie,
yeah. Well,
right.
Which one can you see? Can you see that he's all the testosterone, or that he doesn't shower all the time? Which one is it? Or is it a little bit of both?
You don't see that one. Yeah, you have to force them to shower. It's true.
Yeah.
Some of them. Oh man. All right. We're having fun with this. Like,
It's a great
it's just
show.
an exciting time of year, man. It's just exciting. And I haven't been able to sleep right for a while. And it's not
Why,
because
what's
I'm
wrong?
stressed, because I'm excited. Like, it's just, I'm
Oh,
running through the forums. I'm in my head. I'm pumped up. I'm just ready to go. So it's cool.
dude, I don't
All
get
right.
I don't
Huh?
get sleep. I don't get sleep at all. I take
Well, yeah,
naps.
you have 3 kids that are all tiny.
It's not even so much that, dude. It's like,
And
here's the
big butts.
thing. I never thought I'd own a business. I
Oh,
never
yeah.
thought I'd own my own business.
True.
And now I never thought I'd own 2 and run 3. You know what I mean? Like, no,
Yeah.
I didn't think
No,
about that. And
it's true.
so then you end up, who am I talking to? Of course you know this.
Well, I
Like,
know.
work
Same.
doesn't end. And it's
No.
like you get the kids to bed. Now work starts. So then you start working and I'm not done till like 2 a.m. Right?
Correct. Correct.
And then like, yeah, Luis is up at 5 in the morning. Right?
Yeah, you're right. 14, 15 girls. Gonna be awesome. Yeah, I know what you mean. And I was telling you before, I got everything. I got home and I finished packing and I got some food in me, and my fiance is in the shower. She comes out. All right, I'll see you Sunday. Love you. It's like that's the first or maybe
yeah.
second time we saw each other from the morning till now. Seen each other maybe 10 minutes, and it's just the way it is when she works 2 or 3 different jobs, pretty much helping run different businesses, right? And then I'm doing that here and all the other stuff that I do with the martial arts. So yeah, it's wild, man. So it's the way it is.
You need a vacation sometime. You and Shelly need a vacation.
Yeah, yeah.
That needs to happen. And you know what's
Needs-
gonna happen though, is once you guys are gonna be on that vacation, you're gonna go, let's just get married right now. We're already engaged. Let's just do it now. Let's just
Right.
find some guy. Hey,
Just-
guy on the street, come on over. No,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to project.
No, but you're probably right.
I'll
all
have
right,
a drink
cool.
of celebration.
So let's talk about some fun times. What is a AKA story that
Okay.
you have? So if you haven't listened to CTE, Travis shared a good story about when Larry swept Preston Clemens. I think it was at the 2000 AKA Grand Nationals, and just that fight, and that was a lot of fun to see. And I was there for that one. I remember that definitely. What was something you want to share? And then I have one as well.
Well, I got
which
one.
I probably on the show, but
I got one that is going to make me both look good and bad at the same time, but it's whatever. All right. So I remember this is 2007. Okay. So I was like last weekend in January. It's like the 26th or 27th, 2007. Okay. So it's Team NK. It's me, Jamie Cravens, BJ Carnahan, Hamid Farouzi. Okay.
Mhm.
And at this point, Team NK has won quite a few team fighting events up
Right.
until this point. It was like in 2006, we won a few of them. We just won the diamonds, right? So
Right.
it's like, hey, shit, we won bluegrass. We won a couple others. We won the diamonds. Like, watch out, AKA, here we come. We beat this team. We beat straight up. And I remember Ross Levine was like, hey, Alex, if you guys match up against that team, you shouldn't fight that guy. I'm like, who's that guy? He goes, oh, it's Jason Grenier. You shouldn't fight him. I'm like, whatever. All right. That's literally what I said. Right. He goes, no, man, he fights kickers really well. I'm like, he ain't fought this kicker. Right.
Oh, God.
I won the match,
But
Jason, I don't think was really dialed in. Right. Later on, like the next year, like I realized, like, oh, that's what Ross was talking about.
yeah.
Guy does fight kickers pretty awkwardly well, right?
Yeah.
So we win. We go on to the next one. We find ourselves in the final. All right. So this is a team with no coach, by the way. We're in the finals, right? First, this whole pinky thing came from that tournament, right?
All right.
It literally came from that tournament, all right? So I lost in my division to Milan Kostic, right?
Okay.
Right? Good, solid, hard-hitting DC fighter. Whatever.
Yeah.
I felt like shit, I'm better than you, man. How did I lose this match? Justifiably, he beat me. I couldn't figure like how did I let this guy do? But he did, and he beat me. Right. At one point, he kicks at my hand because we all wore like open hand, gloves. Everybody wore warrior handbands, right?
Yep.
So kicks, hits your fingertips as you lean back, and you go back and hit him, and you realize later, like, oh, my finger doesn't look the same, right? But they didn't have a medic there, right? There's no medic. I didn't know what it was. All this is, guys, if anybody's looking at the video, if you're listening to this, not looking at the video, you might want to look at it, or this might disgust you. I don't know. It's up to you. So my pinky points the other direction. All it was a dislocated pinky. That's all it was.
Oh, okay? Yeah, you just someone popped it back in.
You can't. No, nobody popped back in, right? So I didn't. It's grown. It's well beyond just a dislocated pinky at this point. It's the whole thing is rotated. I got mallet finger. It's arthritis. This is a nasty, right? Anyway, so no medic. But I'm like, shit. If I tell somebody now, somebody might be like, no, he can't fight. He's injured. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So kind of kept it just the guys know. So this is a team with no coach. This is what we're doing. We're like, all right, we got to fight CJB. They got Ryan McGriff. They got Rene Peralt. They got Ross Levine. All right, we can do this, but we've also lost to these guys.
Yeah.
So we're talking about what are we going to do against these guys? What are we going to do against these guys? But nobody knew what to do against McGriff. They're like, oh, shit, what do we do against McGriff? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What do you do against McGriff? They're like, Alex, you don't understand, man. He's got this right leg. And that's just pissing me off, right? And I'm like, I got the right leg. What do you mean this guy's got the right? I got the right leg. And they go, you don't know, man. You never fought him. You don't know what it's like. And I'm like, you guys fight me every week. You guys got an answer for me. How do you not have an answer for him? F this. I'm a better kicker than him. I'll fight him. I'll beat him. You're like, you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, what? Watch this. I fight him. I beat him. And then now all of a sudden we're yelling, right? We're in someone's hotel room, probably BJ's, right? We're yelling like, fine. If he goes up first, they throw him out. You're going. Yeah, fine. That's how we end it. And so then we're walking out of the tournament. And I'm like, shit, what did I just do? I've never done that before, right? I've seen him. I know what to do. I've never fought the guy before. Maybe they're right. Maybe I don't know what the hell to do, right? But all I know is I'm like 188 pounds, and he's like 138 pounds. I got this guy.
Yeah.
So I beat him. All right. I shut him out. Doesn't score. I beat him. Oh, shit. All right. So BJ and Ross tie, and then Rene can't catch on it. All right.
Yeah.
Tom is just we win. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Yeah. And it wasn't just that we won, it was the shit talking at it. Right. So here's where the story gets cool, right?
Okay.
So now I told the guys they have one trophy cup, and I'm like, F you guys, I'm keeping this cup. This cup is mine, right? So I didn't even let him ask. I was like, this is mine, suckers. Right? So we go to the hotel bar because it wasn't even in downtown. It was like by O'Hare Airport, right?
Yeah.
So we go there. And I'm like, bartender, just put as many beers can fit in this cup.
Oh, wow.
So that's what he did. And we just took turns drinking out of the cup. Like it was like I don't know, I think you do that like the Stanley Cup or something like that.
Yeah.
Do that. So that's what we did. And we had a fun time doing that. That was cool.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's cool.
Right. So that's the part that doesn't make me look so great. But
that sounds fun. That was a good story. Okay. That was a good story. Yeah. Mine doesn't really turn out very well. All right.
So, all right, I got to hear.
Let's see, 2001 AKAs. All right. So CJB is there. This is a big event. CJB's there. JPM's there. SES, IDC, all the big NBL teams and some NASCA teams, local teams. It's just a crazy event, right?
Right.
But we're in Chicago, all right? So every ring is kind of chaos, all right? There's the center is like, I don't care what the rules are. This is
now, wait a minute. I got a time for a moment. In 2001, is it an NBL tournament?
Yeah, NBL tournament. Yeah.
So that makes sense where it's like, okay, what is it? Because there's so many different pockets of people who are there.
Correct.
Okay.
So a big year for NBL at that time, right? 2001, just lots going on.
Major year.
Lots of competitors, really good year. But
Yeah.
we have we have like a ring that is like Warrior Cup ring, and then we have a ring that's like NBL ring. Because at that time, you did it where it was you had your NBL, they weren't letting them mix, right? It was like, all right, this is the overall grand, and then this is the Warrior Cup, which is pretty much like an open weight division was the way it was, right? Okay.
Right.
So you have Raymond and Jason going against each other in one of these. And I don't even remember which one it was for. Okay. And the ref just stops and it's just like, I don't care what the rules are. I'm running this and I tell all y'all what to do. And it was just chaos, right? Then you have over in the other ring, you have like, I think it's Chris Miller. No, maybe it's Kevin Schluter and Mallory Woods fighting. And so Coach Conroy's coaching Jason in one ring. Spencer Arrington, the sponsor, was coaching Mallory in the other one. And they give a penalty point to the other guy because Spencer, I guess, stepped in the ring. But then when Bob Leiker walked across the ring, they didn't give it, right? So he was real upset about that, right? Which was
justifiably so.
Yeah, justifiably so, right? So there was a lot of issues with that. Meanwhile, within all this, one of the assistant promoters, I guess, at the time, Hunter wasn't there then, but it was, I guess, someone that kind of was filling that role at that time, right?
Okay.
Pretty much told Spencer something that wasn't very, very kind, right? Told him to get out, and we don't really care if you're here.
Come on, man, you gotta say it.
So no, I mean that's all. I was not like right there. So because I was competing and I just qualified to make it to the Grands and for the Warrior Cup to win my Warrior Cup, right, as a junior. So this is all going on while all this has happened in the senior ring. Scorpion Barrage and Ron Ferguson from Virginia and their whole schools are fighting and slugfesting. And Ron's wife is actually in on it and trying to fight Scorpion. It's just chaotic, all right? This is all happening all at the simultaneously, okay? This is just nuts, all right? This is how this tournament is ending.
Chaotic karate tournaments.
Yeah, you're definitely
we can't get out of our own way.
You're definitely at a AK's, the Chicago tournament, okay? So there was so much going on. All I just remember was just chaos. Like, whoa, this is nuts, right? And I'm trying to still okay, I'm gonna get my mindset for Grands tonight.
Word.
We get a meeting, and pretty much, Spencer's like, listen, I hate to do this to you guys, but I just feel like we need to have your New Year coach. We need to, just say, listen, like you can't treat people like this. This isn't right, And so literally, every single person on the team, I think, was in the finals. Okay. So we all bowed out. And so there was bow outs, almost bow out after bow out after bow out. So I think Renee was against Raymond.
On the bow out, did you go to the finals and then bow out, or did you just not even go?
Yeah, we just didn't go. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the last time I went to the AKAs, okay, until last year.
It's so fitting that Coach just popped in the chat right now as you're saying that too.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Coach.
So
Coach,
for me,
do you remember that one, 2001 AKAs?
Oh, of course he does. Yeah. So we just sat outside at the restaurant and just had, kind of like a little party. So, the thing is though, too, you're like, man, we, the sponsor gave everyone the cash that they were potentially going to win. Okay. So he's like, listen, I'm giving you guys all the money you were going to win. And this is what's going to happen. We just need to make a statement that this isn't how you treat people. So that was that.
Separate Spencer from the rest, man. I tell you what.
So
that's not putting anybody else down. Not saying, oh, you guys aren't as good. That's just Spencer was just another level, right?
Correct.
And I was never one of his guys. But look at that, man.
That's right. We did baby shower. That's right, man. That was a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah. So I mean, we had a good time, but it was just crazy. You know, for me, it was a weird twist to my year because I started the year off really good and on fire and won that tournament. And it kind of switched a little bit for me. I didn't win anymore on NBL after that year at the major event. So it was kind of weird how that
You won a
happened.
lot of NASCA events that year, though.
No, I didn't. No. So but yeah, so that was a big switch. But
So wait a minute. Am
what's
I
happening?
just remembering the performances, but the W's weren't there?
Yeah, you remember the
You see, this is it, though. That
Yeah.
just tells you that
Yeah.
sometimes your performance can transcend the actual competition.
Correct.
Everybody. Jeff, I guarantee you, you go back to competitors from 22 years ago, because that was 22 years ago, right?
Yeah.
When you talk to competitors from 22 years ago, everyone will remember your performances, but I bet you not everyone's going to know who won those divisions or the brand.
Right.
But they'll remember your form.
That's cool. I know. Thank you. My dad was talking about this the other day. He's like, Jeff, you just don't take compliments very well. Just let Alex brag about you. It's okay.
Did you say that?
Yeah, my dad did. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
It was funny. But yeah. All right. Anything else? I mean, I'm so excited about this weekend. It's just the beginning of the year. Going to be great. We said some of our best predictions. Let's see.
Well, we didn't really give them any predictions. So
No. Best division prediction. Sorry. We
best
didn't really,
divisions. Yes.
Yeah, but so what do you think? Share a prediction.
Here's the thing. AKAs is meant for Chicago, right?
Mhm.
It's been in different areas. And I totally understand why put an extra O'Hare, why go out to Schaumburg where it was last year, because it was in a good, convention area. The Schaumburg Convention Center is a nice convention center.
Yeah, it was nice.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's meant for Chicago, right? You can't go to Chicago, the Chicagoland area in January and expect it to not be a disappointing time unless you're in Chicago. It could be a blizzard. But if you're in Chicago, it's okay because we're made for it.
There was nothing. We couldn't really do anything,
We couldn't do nothing
because
Schaumburg, man, stuff closed at 9:30, right?
Right.
So Bailey wins everything. You know what? He made me pay for it when I bet against him. You know what I mean? Right. So, well, back to that. There's just so much stuff to do in the city. Mike is saying, yeah, it's probably going to end up back in Schaumburg, and it might. But you know what?
See, I don't know, because talking to them last year, they thought that's why they moved to Schaumburg, but they got tagged. Everyone in that area is going to make you make up for it somehow, right?
Because it's still Cook County. So yeah. It's like that's one of the reasons why people try to in Illinois. I'm going to give you a tiny little tidbit of Illinois info. So people try to stay out of events in areas that are Cook County because the taxes are so high. But Cook County is where everything's at.
Right.
It's like there's tons of cities, but like that's where everything's at, man. So like if you want to have yourself a great time, if you want to go do this, I'm sorry, man. That's where it's at. And then Chicago is where it's at too. But I'll tell you this though. Here's one awesome thing about the city, right? So
pizza.
I don't care where you are. I don't care what you're talking about. You cannot beat the restaurants in Chicago. Yeah. You cannot, right? So, and it doesn't even matter, man. It could be like, 1 a.m, and you could make a dinner reservation somewhere. And if you want something to eat, this is how great they are. You could just think of something. You don't have to go, let's look at what restaurants are around here. Forget about that. You can just think, what do I feel like eating? There's something around there. And you know what? It's probably amazing. Right?
I can't wait for that. That's going to be that's something I'm so excited about compared to last year,
And I think that's one of the things that's so awesome with that area that it has on any other city or area where we have karate tournaments, because everywhere else you go, you're like, there's a TGI Fridays, right?
Dude, we got
You know, like, oh, that's not so bad. I can get some Jack Daniel's shrimp. You know, like, don't want Jack Daniel's shrimp. I want
We
some
got
sushi, dang it. See what I did there?
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm not going to do Taco Bell again this year. Right, that's all I'm saying. So
Did you do Taco Bell last year?
that was the only place open that we could get some.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah.
Well, because
But
it ended so late. I think that's the thing, though. You know what? And I don't know if the tournament's going to do this, and it probably will. If you win prize money, just let people collect it before the end of the finals. Don't hold people hostage.
Yeah.
To collect the money that they already won 8 hours earlier. Let them
Oh,
collect it.
yeah, collected.
You know what I mean?
I never liked that.
No.
No,
And
that's why you should have someone to the side doing that after they win.
And can we get rid of the notion of cash prize? That's not cash anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me it's cash if you're gonna write a check.
Right.
Like, when you tell me cash, I'm thinking, great, drinks are on me. No, drinks are on me next week.
Yeah.
Looks like
Well, so what we always did was you would have a check, and then you would come to whoever my mom was or my mom, or I guess some years Shelly did it, and you could get cash from that, but we used the check almost as like a receipt type thing, just to make sure everyone was, done right. So
you had someone bankrolling you.
not bankrolling. I just had cash from the tournament that I used and had it set up. Yeah. So, I mean, just always made sure, because I knew, I'm a competitor, so I don't, I want cash. And not in my event, but a lot of people have been burned by checks in the past, right? So there's some that are like, I'm not going to take a check. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this, right? And then also the same thing with like teams trying to split the money and all that stuff. So it's just the best way
to do that. Like,
first, why is $500 a team prize anyway? How are you going to split that? That doesn't even come out right. Like, come on, like, but yeah, that's the new thing now. Mobile deposit, or just, all right, we're going to cash app you your prize money,
Oh, well, what Brett's saying? Oh man, I love the mobile deposit game, man.
It's true.
I don't go to the bank unless I am forced to go to the bank.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
Even then, when I go in there, I'm like, this is, I don't want to have anything to do with this place. This is like the DMV.
Correct. All right. So one thing, are you ready for the main gang booth? We're going to be there. So come check us out. Talk to us. We're going to have a big weekend. Get your shirts. We're going to have a great time. And then also VFT coming up, VFT grudge match, and also Arctic Challenge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be great. Go.
Yeah, I don't know if the overall is going to be 500 or 1,000. I don't know.
I have no idea either. I just know
I know
it's Ocean State's money, and in my opinion, I think everyone should be doing what they do, because big ups to them for that. Because
yeah,
and they also put the runner-up money in there the right way. They upped it.
Who is that?
The way it's supposed to be. Ocean State, $1,000 overall grand, $200 runner-up. That's where we need to be at.
Well, they put a lot of money up last year. They had a lot of events.
Yeah,
but there was like everyone was a champion.
But they put it into the actual NASCA grands this time. So
that's good.
Last year the excuse was that once NASCA agreed to this, no one can go higher than that. So either they're changing that rule and letting everyone do their own thing, or all the events are doing that same thing. So we don't really know. Mike says he thinks Morgan and Katana fight for the cup.
I don't know if they can unless one of them wins open weight, because I think of the three weights, the number 1, the 2, and 3. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Women's winner, and then the senior winner. It's those three. That's how they do it.
And I think they're both in like the same weight category.
Second place, yeah.
So, yeah,
I know. All right. Also,
that would be exciting if they did. I would agree with that.
We have a guest. We have a promoter, an NASCA promoter next week. We got Greg Ruth on the show. So the promoter of Battle Atlanta. This is going to be a really interesting show, especially right after AKAs.
Yep.
So he's excited to talk about his role in the sport, his just his story of the sport as a parent, as a sport karate parent, into now a promoter of the biggest. I mean, really, when you think about it, one of the most historical events in our sport, the Battle of Atlanta, right?
It's like the most historical event.
Yeah,
that's still running.
Yeah, I think it is. So it's really cool. Yes, they're different weight divisions, but they don't put Mike. They don't put the women's grand in the finals. No, it last year, because Katana won open weight and the women's grand, they gave the runner up of open weight a spot, and then her mom won the senior grand. So those were the three that were in there. And again, Peyton Fender won all those fights, made it into there, was runner up overall, didn't get the spot. It was just one of those things, right? Someone who didn't win their division, any division, got the spot. So, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I definitely think in the way they do it, I actually think you should put the one side, like the divisional grand on one, the other divisional grand on one, and then go from there. But who knows? That kind of messes up the point system too.
It does.
So I don't know.
I think what Mike is saying is I think I said that they're in the same, Morgan and Katana are in the same weight category. Maybe they're not.
No.
I think Katana might be like in the number 2. I don't even know what the names are. I really don't.
Yeah, she is.
Because all I know is the names don't make sense. They're all like Starbucks coffee names.
Yeah, she's in the lightweight division. There's about 5 or 6 in that right now, but again, there's like 15 in the super light. So it's wild. So gonna be great. All right, guys. Check us out this weekend and next weekend at AKAs and then the Arctic Challenge.
Yeah, the booth is going to be great. Come see us at the booth. If you want me to sign one of your Shut Up Alex shirts, come on. I know you don't want to, but come on, humor me. Humor me. Right? I would totally do it.
Wikipedia shirt. I say talk to Alex about Travis about getting the bundle. All right, get all the shirts.
You can do that.
That's the thing, but why shouldn't everyone get all?
I want that now.
I want all the shirts. I mean, because they all pretty legit. They're sick. So
I know.
Yeah,
this is cool. Did we just create another thing? We just created a thing.
Now I have to create a bundle. It's just okay. Honestly, it's a good idea. So yes, I'll create a bundle.
That's not bad, right? That's not bad. Look at that.
Yeah.
What you get for me stretching the show out longer than it should be.
I'm just gonna say that yes, it will be a bundle. I'll figure that out. Also, Gene stopped by and he dropped off some more stuff that we had printed out. We were supposed to back in 2020, I think we were supposed to, or 2021. It's some older stuff that we had printed up, and we have some extra shirts, some main gang shirts. We have some dog tags. We have a couple other things that we're gonna be giving away. So, yes, a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna be happening. Cool. Yes, it is I. The voice that the voice,
like the Wizard of Oz over here. Like,
exactly.
All right, are you already in town, Travis? Or are you coming in soon?
No, I get in the morning. Excuse me, I don't get in the morning. I leave tomorrow morning like 11. I got a couple meetings and then I drive in. So I should get there around 3 or 4.
All right, cool. All right, I'll see you on Friday morning. Jeff, what time do you get in?
I get in 11 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be probably.
I'm the one who's late to the party.
Yeah, I'll probably be there. So
look at that. Man, exciting show. This has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. See you guys next week.